Hello and welcome to Cudahouse, the newest go-to YouTube channel for anyone who's ever been overwhelmed by technology. I'm your host, Bob Adams, and I'm here to guide you through the exciting world of technology, making it not only understandable, but also practically useful in your daily life. Here at Cudahouse, we believe technology should work for you and not the other way around. In today's episode, we'll be discussing, believe it or not, podcasting. Creating a successful podcast is really an exciting journey that blends creativity, technology, and strategy. I've been doing podcasting for almost a decade now, and I have learned a lot, of course, during that time frame, but I have found it to be extremely enjoyable, relaxing, educational. I just flat out enjoy making these things. It's just so much fun for me. So we're going to do a little bit of a comprehensive guide here that will help navigate you through the essentials of podcasting, including the software and hardware you might need, the best platforms for hosting your podcast, and then the little nuances that make your podcast captivating. I'm also going to cover some effective practices to maintain visibility and engage your audience. Whether you're a seasoned podcaster looking to refine your craft or a newcomer eager to make your mark, this guide's designed to make podcasting easy and rewarding. All right, so let's get started. The most important part is learning to capsulize what your podcast is going to be all about. So before diving into the technical aspects, let's just think about what it is that you want it to do. I would suggest that you look at defining your niche, understand your target audience, and craft a unique value proposition. What makes a podcast different? Whether it's your perspective, your content, or presentation style, identifying this can help guide your decisions from moving forward from here. One of the most important parts that I have found in doing all this podcasting is the software that we use. I have played with a lot of different softwares and bought some and used free ones and all kinds of interesting stuff. And what I have found out is this. There are basically a few that I like to recommend that I think are worth playing with. So first of all, finding a good high quality content begins with an excellent recording and editing software. So here's the top recommendations. Number 1, Audacity. This recording was made on Audacity. I've been using Audacity for probably 10 years now. They keep upgrading it, making it better all the time. I really enjoy it a lot. But I'll tell you, it is a free open source software. It's great for beginners and pros alike. It offers a wide range of editing tools, and it's really compatible with multiple operating systems. Just go get it. And you can download it from the internet, called Audacity, Audacity. Another one is the Adobe Auditions, part of the Adobe Creative Cloud. Audition's a more advanced tool. It offers some detailed audio editing, sound effects, and some integrations with other Adobe apps. One that's really gotten around a lot is called GarageBand. This is particularly good for Mac users. It's user-friendly, and it comes with a variety of built-in sounds and loops for musical production. So I'm going to throw in a couple more here, just some tosses, some play withing. Another one that I have played with is VM Banana, Voicemeeter Banana. I used that for a long time. I really liked it. I was able to control it, particularly for doing interviews. It worked out extremely well for that. There's been others that I played with, but those are pretty much the basic ones. I still like, out of all of them, Audacity is still my favorite. Let's go talk about microphones. Okay, now there's two types of microphones. There's the XLR and there's the USB. And what that means is that a USB, which is a simple plug and play microphone, attaches to your even your cell phone. If you want to use your cell phone for doing the recordings, you could. But it's attached to your PC. And I would recommend that you use a stand, because that way it doesn't pick up the vibration coming off of your desk or when you thump it or anything on that line. One of the most common ones, and what this is being recorded on, that I've been using for 10 years, is a Blue Yeti. I like them. They've gone down in price. I paid $100 and something for this one. Now you can get a brand new one for about $80 some odd. They used to be rated the number 1, but there are others that are now have some good rating services to them. Also, I have the most experience with the Blue Yeti, and I like it. As far as an XLR microphone, now an XLR mics, what they do is they're a little bit different. They, instead of being fully adaptable, just a plug and play into your computer, they have to go through another audio interface. The cool part about them is that you can control some of the aspects of it a little bit better, and with a really good mic, it'll give you an outstanding sound. How important is that? Now, honestly, between you and me and the wall, a USB microphone is more than adequate, particularly if you're just getting started. I would just stick with that. You can find a used one out there for a really reasonable price, and that's what I would do. Headphones. Headphones are okay. I mean, they give you the opportunity to be able to listen carefully to what it is that you're saying. You don't need to have expensive headphones. I would recommend something that's got soft padding that you can use and be comfortable with for a long time. The audio interface, like I talked about for the XLR microphones, they are necessary. That's one other piece of equipment that you'll have to buy if you choose to do an XLR microphone. The other one that we want to talk about just briefly is called hosting and distributions. Now, choosing the right platform to host and distribute your podcast is crucial for exposure. So here's some of the leading platforms. Anchor. It offers free hosting and automatic distribution to major platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcast, and Google Podcast. Libsyn. It's a veteran in podcasting hosting, offering detailed analytics and multiple plans to suit your needs. That one costs you. Buzzsprout. It's user-friendly and offers great tools for beginners, including episode scheduling and detailed statistics. Another part of all of that, so if we play with the hardware parts, I haven't stepped into getting music or other stuff like that right here. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But one of the things you want to realize is when you're preparing any kind of a podcast, you need to make sure you engage your audience. One of the ways to do it is your storytelling. Regardless of your podcast theme, storytelling can captivate listeners. So structure your episodes with a clear beginning, a middle, and an end. Use anecdotes, humor, and questions to engage your audience. The audio quality. This is where it takes time and practice. Invest it into learning basic audio editing skills to remove background noise, balance levels, and ensure clear, pleasant audio. One of the key things that I have found that I like, particularly using the Blue Yeti, Logitech has something called G-Hub. That's a software that you can download, and that it interfaces in with your any kind of recording studio or platform that you're going to use. It works for Audacity really great. And what I do is I use it, and then I could pick a bass one or other types of voice altering or improving software or applications inside of it. It does a great job. It's free. It does a really good job. I'd highly recommend that if you're going to choose it, I do the Blue Yeti, and I would use that Logitech G-Hub. Helps a lot. Another one is consistently. You got to release episodes on a regular schedule. So consistency builds trust and keeps your audience coming back. How to keep yours in the public eye? Well, promotion is number one. So you want to utilize social media, your personal network, and podcast directories to promote your podcast. You engage with your audience through comments and social media to build a community around your podcast. SEO for podcasts. What does SEO stand for? Search engines options. I like to use that word myself, but you use relevant keywords in your podcast title, description, and episode titles to improve visibility in the search engines and podcast platforms. Another one is collaboration. If you collaborate with other podcasters or guests with their own following, this can introduce your podcast to a whole new series of listeners. That's a biggie. Finding someone who's an influencer that's willing to come on board with you, do an interview with them, and then go from there. Quality content. Ultimately, it's the content of your podcast is the most crucial aspect. Focus on delivering value, whether it's through entertainment, information, or inspiration, and listen to the feedback and be willing to evolve. I'm going to give you a couple other hints of things that I like to use. If I'm going to do an interview with somebody, I like to use a program that's going to allow me to converse with them freely, comfortably, either even by telephone, but preferably using a microphone and a headset. And I use freeconferencecall.com. There are others. You could use Zoom. Each of those have great capabilities to be able to record the conversations as you do them. You can do it so that people who are speaking can be seen and or just get the audio off of it and put it out that way. The reason I like it is that it's gotten better with time. You can put in some gates, which takes the back noise out. As you play with Audacity, you're going to learn how to take those background noises out. Believe me, guys, I'm going to have courses available for all this stuff that'll show up inside Cudahouse. It'll have great details. The purpose of this particular podcast is just to introduce you to the world of podcasting. So, podcasting made easy is about blending passion with the right tools and the strategies. By selecting the appropriate software and the hardware and hosting your podcast on platforms that can maximize your exposure, engaging your audience with captivating content, and employing strategies to stay visible, you not only create a podcast that's a pleasure to listen to, but also one that resonates with listeners around the world. Remember, podcasting is a journey, and success comes from consistent effort, innovations, and connections with your audience. So before we end today's episode, I remind you to like, subscribe, and click that reminder bell. Your support means the world to us and helps Cudahouse grow and bring more quality content to you. Be sure to visit our website at www.cudahouse.com. Download our free report on how AI can benefit small business owners, and by registering, you will have access to our courses. These courses are designed to augment your technology skills, but presented in an easy to digest and apply way. Some are free, while others are greatly discounted to our registered audience. If you need assistance in creating a website, chatbot, podcast, or YouTube video creations, we're here to help. Make that free 15-minute appointment with me, and let's discuss your ideas and options to make your dreams a reality. So as we close, I got a question for you. Have you ever considered how podcasting could provide you an outlet for your passions and potential income source? It can really be a lot of fun. Let us know in the comments below. Your ideas inspire our content, and we love hearing from you. So thank you for joining me, Bob Adams here at Cudahouse. Remember, technology is your friend, and we're here to make that friendship stronger. Until next time, keep innovating, keep creating, and for heaven's sakes, stay curious.